Hello and welcome you once again in this new session of history. And today's topic is about the Jainism, a new religion, that is the Jainism and Buddhism. We will read about their sources and their causes. In the 6th century BC, the Aryans settlement expanded to the east, accompanied by rapid socio-economic and political changes. Society at the same places and traits of tribal political organizations. The people of the later Vedic age began to use implements and tools made of iron. The iron tools enabled them to clear forests, bring more land under the cultivation, and lead a settled life. As a result, there was surplus production of food grains, and this surplus produce could be utilized by the kings to meet their military and administrative needs. This expansion resulted in war between the different tribes. In these wars, the larger and the more powerful tribes defeated the smaller ones and expanded their territories. The large kingdom. These kingdoms were called Janpadas. The number of the Janpadas joined together to form a bigger and more powerful independent kingdom. More in the kingdom were known as Mahajanpadas. Now we will read about the sources. First was the three important sources were provided the information of the Jainism and the Buddhism. First was Angas. What was Anga? It is generally expected that the whatever Lord Mahavira taught after gaining his omniscience was compiled by his disciples in 12 parts. So, whatever the Lord Mahavira taught after gaining his omniscience was compiled by his disciples in 12 parts, and that is known as Angas. These Angas are collectively known as Dwadha Sanghi. The Dwadha Sanghi. The foremost of these Angas is Acharang Sutra. Another well-known Anga is Vyakhya Pragnapati, which is more popularly known as Bhagavati Sutra. While the former, that is Vyakhya Pragnapati या Bhagavati Sutra, deals with the code of conduct which a Jain monk is required to follow. The latter expounds the Jain doctrines in the comprehensive manner based on the Angas. 12 auxiliary works came to be known as Upanyas. It is said that these Angas and Upangas were not written for a long time. They were orally passed on by the religious leaders to their pupils. The Angas were regarded as the most important part of Jain doctrines. They discussed the religious rites, stages of the householder's life, the vows of the chastity, rules of conduct, and other features of Jain philosophy. Then, second one is Tripitikas. What is Tripitikas? Tripitikas are the most important literary works of the Buddhist. The Tripitikas mean three baskets of Buddhist canon. The earliest writings of these texts were taken and on long, narrow leaves, sewn together on one side and bound in a bunches, then stored in a basket, and they were called the three baskets. These works were written in Pali language, include the following. And what were they? First was The Vinaya Pitaka deals with the rules and the regulation which Buddha promulgated for the monks, that were the bhikshus and nuns, bhikshunis. Then Sutra Pitaka comprise the discourse of Buddha on various occasions. It also discourses by some of the disciples of Buddha such as Sariputra, Ananda and others. The Dhammapada is an important component of this Pitaka, which comprises the Buddha teaching. Then the Abhidhamma Pitaka. Abhidhamma Pitaka deals with the Buddhist philosophy. Then we get the another source is Jataka. Jataka refers to this which describe the previous birth of Buddha in both human and animal form. Many Jatakas tales have a parallel in the Mahabharata and elsewhere in non-Buddhist literature. The Jataka stories have also been illustrated frequently in a sculpture and paintings of the Buddhist world. According to A.K. Warder, the Jatakas are the precursor to the various legendary biographies of the Buddha. Causes of the rise of Jainism and Buddhism. First was the reaction against the ritualisms. Religious ceremonies by then had become very expensive beyond the means of ordinary people. Some priests hardly realized the suffering of the common man. Then the second was corruption in religious. There was a huge corruption in the religious, crept into the religious practices. In order to extract money, the priest encouraged ordinary people to perform yajna and conduct household rites beyond their means. Kshatriya rulers protested against the dominance of such practices. Both Jainism and Buddhism were founded by two Kshatriya princes. Then another cause was the rigid caste system. The division of the society into the Brahmins, Kshatriyas, Vaishyas, and Shudras had become rigid. It did not allow any social mobility. The person of one caste could not become the member of the other caste. There were restrictions on the basis of the caste on food, drinks, and marriage. Interchange of the caste was impossible. So another reason was a difficult language. Sanskrit was considered as a sacred language and most of the Vedic literatures were composed in Sanskrit. The priestly class gave discourse and chanted mantras, these languages which the common people found difficult to understand. Therefore, many people began to look for an alternative religious. Political situation in the 6th century BC, Magad was ruled by the Bimbisar and later by Ajatashatru. Both these rulers were liberal and tolerant. They too were free from Brahmanic influence and condemned certain social evils in their kingdom. When the opportunity came, they patronized both Jainism and Buddhism. Agricultural economy, killing of animal to perform sacrifices was against the interest of the farmer in a Gangetic valley. The use of iron had made the animal drawn plowing popular. Such farmers needed a religious that would give protection to the animals. Both Jainism and Buddhism preached non-violence and were against the animal sacrifice. Jainism. The doctrines of Jains were preached by the saints or acharyas called Tirthankars. Tirthankars 23 Tirthankars preceded Mahavira. The first Tirthankar was Rishabdeva and the 23rd was Parasvanath. This is the abode of the liberal soul. You can see it's a human swastik, animal, right faith, right conduct, right knowledge, hell, and non-violence. Now we will read about the Vardhaman Mahavira. Mahavir was the 24th Tirthankar. He was the last Tirthankar. He made Jainism popular and systematic. That is why Mahavira is considered as the founder of Jainism. He was born in Kundagram near Vaishali in Bihar in the second half of 6th century BC. His father was the chief of Kshatriya clan and his mother Trishala belonged to the royal family of Licchavis. Mahavira received his early education in all specialized branches. He is said to have been very brave and to have saved his colleagues from dangers. For these deeds of bravery, he was called Mahavira. At the time of his birth, his father's kingdom was prosperous. So the boy was called Vardhaman, that means prosperity. He got absorbed in a spiritual pursuit from early childhood. He married to Yashoda. And this was done in order to divert his attention from asceticism. And at the age of 30, after the death of his parents, Mahavira renounced the world and roamed about his ascetic practicing severely. Penance for 12 years, he silently endured all his hardship. He disguised and became Jina or the conqueror. His followers came to be known as Jinas or Jains, those who have conquered their desire. Preaching of Mahavira. After becoming the Jina, Mahavira spent his life in preaching. His first sermon was in the Mount Vipul, situated in Rajgriha, the capital of Magad. He was now a Kevalin. Kevalin means all-knowing or Lord Mahavira. He has a large number of followers. He preached of the various centers like Avanti, Kosala, Anga, Mithila, Champa, Videha and Vaishali. Lord Mahavira attained salvation at the age of 72 at Pavapuri in Bihar. At the time of his death, he had about 14,000 followers. So that's all for today's session. We will meet in our next session with new topic. We will continue this lesson. Till then, have a nice day and take care of your health.